Hello Darts Nutz, welcome to Darts Review channel. In this video I've got another set to review from Bulls Netherlands, and these are the Ricky Evans 80% tungsten barrels. It looks quite a grippy dart as well. I've not had them out of the box yet, so looking forward to seeing how that grip feels. So let's check them out. So I'm reviewing the 23 gram version, and as mentioned they're 80% tungsten. They're only available in steel tip, so we've got 21, 23, 25 gram and the retail for £42.95. So as you can see, it comes in this cardboard packaging. Oh, they've made his face out of his name, that's clever. On the back there, just got some details of what's included inside the box. So, what have we got in here? We've got this hard plastic case. What's that? Don't think I've seen that before. It's quite interesting. Alright, so just some kind of a lid. Guess you can put some stems in there. Don't know what you can put in there, like maybe points across there, soft tips or something like that. And then spare flights in there. But the darts have got some alloy stems fitted, look to be medium size, and you've got the Ricky Evans. I can't get them out, I'll get them out in a minute, but anyway, the Ricky Evans standard shape flights. So there you go. Interesting case though. So the dart's fit with a black coated point. It's a straight barrel dart. Got a tapered nose there with a bit of thin ring and groove grip, but it's got this very grippy section here. You'll probably see it better in the super close up in a second, but it's kind of like a V-shaped ring grip with fairly wide deep grooves in between. So it's quite grippy, that. And then the rear section, kind of an interesting mix of wide bands and grooves. I don't know if that's a slight scallop. No, I don't think it is. I think it's just because of the grooves. But again, quite interesting mix of ring and grooves there. But definitely anyone who's gripping on there, getting quite a high level grip on that part. But classic straight barrel dart, it should suit most grips. You got a kind of a dreaded smooth section on the end though, so anyone who likes grip right at the end, if you like grip, you're getting less there, but anywhere else it's not too bad, and especially on that bit. So there you go, there's the full setup with the black alloy medium stems and the Ricky Evans flights. And these flights were quite hard to get out of that case, and eventually I worked it out. There's a little bit on the bottom where you squeeze it, and then it helps you to get them out, but I was cursing myself for a bit there. Anyway, there's the full setup. Let's have a super close look at the grip. So you've got a tapered nose which has got a wide ring at the very front, and then these very thin rings, kind of like a micro grip, but quite deep in between on the grooves. And then you've got this start of this kind of like inverse, like a V-shaped ring grip, and it's got quite wide flat square cut grooves in between, so quite grippy. You see it better that way, but as you can see the edges kind of like stick up, so you're getting some grippiness from that, but also because the grooves are quite deep and widely spaced, and then kind of gets a little bit of a mixed grip on the rear section. You've got these wide bands, wide grooves in between, and then even wider bands with thin ring and groove in between, another wide groove, and then a smooth section on the end of the barrel. So there you go, that's the super close look at the Bulls Netherlands Ricky Evans 80 darts. Darts fit with a black coated 29mm point. You've got a tapered nose which is made of the two bands either side with the micro grip in between, that's 7mm, and then you've got this fairly widely spaced ring grip. The grooves are quite deep and square cut, but the rings have got kind of like a V-shaped cut on them. That's 22.6mm wide, and then you've got a single wide ring, 2mm, and then you've got a mix of rings and grooves, quite wide rings, 12.5mm, and then a smooth section on the end, 7.9. Length is 52mm, wide is 6.6mm. $23.05 grams, 23.04 grams, and 23.07 grams. Full sell, 25.28 grams. Here's the balance with barrels only, and this is the balance with the supplied setup. So obviously that front and mid section is the grippiest, that's 7. Let's give them a throw and see how they go. It's one dart at each double first with the front grip. Yeah, you got one. I'm not fully on the grippy section, but I'm kind of like half on the taper and half on the grippy part there, but it is got some bite on them edges. That was a bit painful. It's close on that last one. Got quite a nice feel overall to the dart though. There you got one. Oh. But I didn't feel too bad at all. That is fairly smooth through the air. Didn't notice any major fishtailing or spiraling, and nice positive grippy section. So I'm going to move up to the mid part now, so I'm fully on the grippy part here. And again, it was flying through the air, rather nice, and obviously with it being a straight barrel, a little bit nicer balance around the mid part. I'm getting fairly close, but not close enough. That one too far away. Oh. One last try from that section, because I do like the feel of that grip. Yeah, that's a good grip, that, if you like grippy darts. So I'll try that rear section now, which is a kind of interesting combination of wide grooves and wide rings. Again, that was actually flying through the air quite nice, so could be a nice all-rounder, but a little bit less grip there. I'll have one more try at the trebles with the rear grip. I think it might be a nice all-rounder, this. Like I say, the rear section's obviously less grippy, but there's still a little bit of edginess because of the wide grooves there and that little bit of ring and groove in the mid part. But definitely that section with that kind of like, I don't know, V-shaped rings, definitely plenty of grip on there. So whether you're a front or mid gripper, you'll definitely get some of that. So I think probably a nice all-rounder, this. So that's the end of the video. I'll see you on the next one. Happy darting.